Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is going to be a New Year's reading for my fire signs. So New Year's 2026 for my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Welcome in, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Thank you in advance for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all the things. All right, let's just tap right in. Let's see what's going on with my fire signs for this new year. And then stick around to the end because we will get advice for each of the signs as well. Fire signs for this new year. Fire signs for this new year. Okay. Overall energy here, we got the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Strength card. The Sun in reverse with the Seven of Cups. On the bottom, we have the King of Pentacles in direct. This card came out yesterday as well for the collective. So you could be either dealing with a masculine earth sign, doesn't have to be, or someone who like upright, the King of Pentacles like would be somebody that's like a boss. He gets to the bag. He's got his finances in order. Indirect, he might not. He might either be only worried about money. He might be kind of egotistical. He might be selfish, or some kind of discrepancy with a man with either has money or lies and says he has money. King of Pentacles indirect. There's something amiss with his energy here. And we got the Ten of Cups indirect. I'm going to get some oracle cards out here before I don't want to jump the gun or take any guesses. Let's just see. Let's see what comes up for this Ten of Cups indirect. We got the Victim card out here and the Surrender. So this is saying let go. There could have been Ten of Cups upright would be like positive relationship, joy, contentment. Indirect, there could be a refusal to let go, or yeah, some kind of ending of perhaps a relationship that you really thought was gonna be something spectacular here. It did come out with the Strength card, so you are getting stronger. You are receiving the lessons that are meant for you, fire signs. But yeah, it just feels like some kind of relationship here. And now this could be familial, it could be romantic, it could be friends. It doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other. It's just a relationship here in which someone is feeling like a victim. Someone is feeling, I'm hearing a bit enslaved. What is that? There's a need to let go of a certain way of thinking here around this relationship. Tell me about this sun in direct. The sun in direct is usually waiting for happiness versus being happy in this moment, choosing happiness. It's like waiting, feeling like happiness is around the corner. We got a third party in direct here. Interesting, fire signs. What do you guys got going on? So there's a couple things coming through. Either you thought there was a third party, because this is in reverse, or perhaps there was a third party and they have exited, or yeah, for some of you, I feel like you thought there was a third party, there wasn't. For some of you, you might be the third party and didn't realize it. I feel like you're waiting for happiness with someone that is just not coming. This surrender card, it's like it's time to let go. Because you might have thought they were all that in a bag of chips, but honestly, they were bullshitting you anyway. They might not have been as secure as they led you to believe, or not very grounded here. Their energy is just, yeah, pentacles can be money, financial wise, but it can also be their energy is just kind of it's not very grounded. It's a little all over the place. Tell me about this Seven of Cups. A need to make a decision, to make a choice. Yes. There's a need to choose something different here. And the good thing with the Seven of Cups is you do have options, right? There are other options available to you, but it's time to choose something new. All right. It's time to release what was, what's no longer working, and it's time to watch what you're settling for. 2026 is not a year for settling, okay? We are not settling for anything less than everything we deserve and desire. Let's see here. Let's get some animal spirit cards, see what comes through for my fire signs. I was not expecting this for you guys. I was not expecting this for New Year reading. There's hope here. There's something new. There's the starfish wants you to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive people, positive relationships, positive friends. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, this could have been a friendship that just went south, and they might be the one playing victim here. It feels like, yeah, it feels like, I don't know, it's got kind of a weird vibe. But at the end of the day, whatever this is, it's time to release this, okay? Feeling like the victim, feeling like, you know, woe is me. That's not going to get you anywhere, all right? Whatever it is that went down, it went down already. What is said is done, and it's time to move forward here. It's time to release, and it's time to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with positive people that lift us up, people that are supportive, people that are honest and true. Yeah, Yeah, 2026 is a year to be receptive and aware. There may be some hesitation here. You might be overthinking. The deer, though, wants you to observe what is. You might also get some support or find some benefit in like daily journaling, writing things down, writing how you're feeling down. But pay attention. People are showing you who they are, or someone's showing you who they are. Pay attention, listen, right? When someone shows you who they are, when someone tells you who they are, listen, you know. This is about yearning for something more. This is about possibilities and using your head as well as what you're feeling to move forward. Be careful about being too clingy. I feel like being too clingy is going to actually push you in the opposite direction of where you want to go. Let's get one more. With fire signs. Thank you. You got the hummingbird in direct. There's a bit of some pushy energy here, so just be cautious of that. It might be you. You might be the one that's a little too pushy or sharp or insistent. Stay curious. Stay open to learn. Okay, I feel like there's something here that could really benefit you, like a good lesson for you if you're open to actually learn it. Don't stay stuck in one perspective, fire signs. This is a year to be open to truly see, not just from one perspective, but from many. Open yourself up to see the big picture. The dragon in the unseen realm on the bottom, it has to do with the navel, which is our relationship center. It's also our center of our desires, and I feel like there's some correlation there. Like, are your relationships up to par? Are they what you truly desire? Or are you settling? The answer is yes. I think that you have received all the information that you need. It's time to break out of any victim mentality victimhood's never true spiritually. It's only true if you make it so. And even then, it's not really, it's a matter of perspective and what you choose to do about it. So if you're going to settle for a relationship that brings you misery, makes you feel trapped, or makes you feel like less than or whatever, then is the problem actually just with them, or is it with you settling for relationships that are less than what you deserve? If there's somebody constantly shitting on you, for example, or betraying you, and you keep holding on to that relationship, what does that say about your own self-worth? On the bottom, we do have grief here and deception as a barrier. So there could be some unhealed grief that needs to be worked through. But at the end of the day, I feel like your own self-worth needs to be at the top of the table here. Like, this is what you need to really focus on, is you what you are worth and what you're settling for. When you know that you deserve the best, or I shouldn't say the best, but when you notice you deserve better than what you're getting, and especially if you're constantly repeating this cycle with a person where they're constantly deceiving you, they're they keep doing you bogus or what have you, then I think the release is the answer. Because otherwise you're just basically telling the universe that that's all you deserve. Whereas if once you can let go, you're basically opening up to more. You're opening up to your worth. Right? You're saying, I deserve better, I deserve more, and then the universe will see that and reciprocate. I'm gonna get we're gonna pull from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. If you guys are enjoying this reading, please make sure you tap that like button, jump in the comments, let me know how this is resonating for you. My fire signs. Thank you. We have a merry motive and broken open. Sometimes in life, we are given situations in which pain or loss or grief, it's kind of like there's a gift in it. Right? This is the potential that is inherent in the failure. There's certain situations in life when you can see the value of loss or grief or a broken heart, but it's not the pain or the loss itself that is the focus of attention. It's not even like the story of what happened, or the details that surround it. None of that is as important as what results from the experience. So, and maybe you can't see it while you're in it, but you might be able to relate this to a past experience you've had where you can see that the situation has broken you wide open, which perhaps enabled you to have an even greater capacity for love or compassion or empathy, understanding. It's you can't be the same person as before, and the only way forward is to move through it without resistance or manipulation, without attempting to bargain with unseen forces. um, and if you do fall prey to self-absorption or self-pity, it's just going to make it harder for you to get to the next phase that actually eventually leads to relief. Even if you are prolonging the inevitable, just know that you're going to get there eventually. The gift is in accepting who you become as a consequence of integrating this difficult experience and allowing yourself to be more than what you were. And yeah, this wisdom comes at a high price, but the value of your experience of moving through and to the other side is unsurpassed. So it's time to love the you that is you, that's the result of being broken open by life's challenges and lessons. And it may also be time to take a good look at your motives here. It's important that we know and that we understand our own motives. What drives you to meet your goals, the momentum that your attention creates. There's wisdom behind your intentions. So it's like you choose a path, you set your intention, you begin to move towards a goal, and you feel compelled to keep going, but do you know the why behind this drive? Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it'll make others feel about you, or you feel about yourself? This is about choosing to be in the flow of the experience, surrendering your expectations to a higher power rather than being guided by your limited self. It's about relishing in the moment. And the most important aspect to consider now is where you place your focus, because that's where the energy will flow. If you're resentful, the outer world will show you more opportunities to be resentful. If you're envious of others, competitive, overly ambitious, you'll always feel as if you're not enough. If you focus on gratitude and compassion for others, you're going to see even more reasons to be grateful and loving. When you look for abundance, it has this uncanny way of multiplying in your life. So if you're unsure about your motives, the results will be just as unclear, right? It's time to dig deep to understand your why. If your true desire is to experience X, you got to let go of the attachment to the form that X is supposed to come in. Make sure that your motive is merry and joyful and clear and honest and aim true. And trust that the universe will provide you the outcome that is a perfect match for your intention. It always does. Let's get some advice for each of the signs. I'm going to start with Aries. This other deck is calling. It's a little longer. No, we're gonna stick with this one. I just don't want to make the video too long. If you would like a deeper dive of this year where we can go into each month and see what you're looking at, I do have the yearly readings on sale right now for $75. They are $75 because they are much more in depth. Like I said, we go into each month. Or if you would like just a little deeper dive where we don't go into the months, but we just go a little deeper on this. This year, I do have readings for $30 for a deeper dive. All right. Aries. We got attraction and faith, number 44 and number 31, which breaks down to a number 4. So 444 looks like your angel number for this year. Aries, where your attention goes, energy flows, right? It's going to be very important. And this is supermoon energy, very powerful energy for you. You can be magnetic to others and attract the good things in life. And you can also repel what you no longer wish to attract. Be ready for opportunity here, and avoid extremes that might cause negative imbalance in your body or in your mind. Think of connections greater than yourself. There could be positive relationships that come in. A lifestyle that suits us better. You could be attracting clarity, love, prosperity, creativity. If we're growing, we want to attract experiences into our lives. And equally, we also perhaps wish to be able to repel the experiences we don't want. So if that's the case, then it's important not just to know what we want, but also to be able to recognize what we don't, so that we can understand when we're putting too much energy towards what we don't want. Attraction isn't just about what we accept, but also how we discern. And blindly attracting everything that we think of into our lives rarely makes us happy, but being focused about it does. This card also suggests that you think a little more globally, for the collective, for the whole. You may want to work with the moon this year, the cycles of the moon. I know I definitely will be. I bought this almanac. I'm not selling it or anything, but it's from the Magic of I, and it's really great if you're wanting to work with the moon. It gives, or with astrology at all, it gives a really deep breakdown of like everything basically. And then it gives a calendar with an almanac with all the different the aspects, the important aspects. It even has like the mythology. Working with the cycles of the planets, of the moon, can really help you in your creative energy to attract more of the things that you want. And faith is the underlying factor that things will return. Fertility and abundance are coming your way. Have faith. Things will get better. All right, growth has already started. Hold on to your dreams. You know, oftentimes it's in the darkest times that we find it's harder to see the light. It's hard to see when things seem hopeless. When we feel hopeless, how can we feel hope again? When things seem to fail, it's difficult to draw up our resilience and to stand again. But we learn by observing the seasons and the cycles that light does return. Right? The barrenness of winter turns into the light of spring. The ice melts, the days grow longer and nights grow shorter. Warmth, fertility slowly return to the land. And it's hard to have faith in ourselves and in our universe sometimes. Faith requires us to let go of our anxieties and to have trust, perhaps in something that we can't actually yet see. But having a more complete faith in yourself and a higher power to lead you to your greatest good is a solid intention. While having a rigid blind faith doesn't serve us, it's important that we hold on to our dreams and our intentions and to focus on the outcome. And our ancestors would observe nature carefully, looking for the signs of new life and fertility, and altering their hunting or planning to best take advantage. So to take note of what's happening around us. Know that everything will be well. Look for the signs of fertility. You begin to look for something and you will find more of it in your life. All right, Leo. Advice for my Leos. Thank you. We got trust and fruition. On the bottom is resilience. It's standing out to me. You are resilient. And there is something coming into fruition. We have 37, which breaks down to a 10. 10 is a completion and a new beginning. And then we have 32, which breaks down to a 5, which is change, transformation. Trust yourself. When you develop self-trust, joy will follow. Right? You can rely at this time on your own capabilities. It's going to be a good idea to begin to plan carefully for the future, Leo. Apart from the trust that we develop spiritually with our higher power, self-trust is the basis of all other trust. Right? Self-trust is a surety that we can rely upon ourselves, that our decisions are valid, that we ourselves matter, that knowing ourselves combined with trusting ourselves leads to better, more informed decisions about all aspects of our life, including career and relationships. Self-trust is far more than a flashy show of confidence. It's deeper and farther reaching than that. It's security at the very core, that no matter what, our wisdom matters and it is best. It allows for flow and for faith in oneself and the way that you do things, moving and choosing in the world. Self-trust is a full acceptance of self. And As accepting oneself becomes easier, the self-trust will begin to shine. It gives momentum to anything that we choose to tackle or to do. There's something here coming to fruition. Make sure that your intentions are clear about what you want with your relationships, what you want with your abundance to look like. And as the seasons turn, there's always a time when all the potentials of spring, the spring beginning, it becomes manifest. The crops grow tall and they're ready to harvest, and they've done this from a fallow field in which we've planted seeds, right? The trees have flowered and now there's fruit to pick, and it's time for harvest. When we're able to bring something to fruition, whether it's a planting or a project or a change in ourselves, it's the perfect time to celebrate everything that we're grateful for, and to mark our achievements. We might have worked very hard to bring in a new situation into reality. We may have been patient in the way that we've worked over time and sacrificed a lot to make it happen. The harvest moon is about it's the time to be happy about our success and to share it with others. There is success coming in. Be happy about it now. Get that desired outcome very clear in your mind's eye, because it's coming. Right? It might come with an ending, but it feels to me like there's fruition just around the corner here. All right, last but not least, Sagittarius. Thank you guys again for liking, sharing, commenting. I love hearing from you guys. It really does help the video as well. Sagittarius. We've got number 27, which breaks down to a 9. 9 is manifestation and it's release. And then we also have another 9 here with the 18, breaks down to a 9. So 999 might be your number this year. Release and find pleasure. There is pleasure in the release. Let it go. All right. It's a time to release anything that doesn't serve you. Old negative habits, relationships, people, places, things, ideas. The payoff's not big enough. You're making room for bigger, brighter, more aligned things. And trust that there is a payoff if we decide to finally release something that we no longer need. This is the universal feeling of making space for something new. The secret to effectively releasing what no longer serves you is, in fact, knowing that the payoff will be indeed worth it, which makes it super important to know what that positive payoff may be. For example, giving up a habit like smoking, which we know is detrimental to our body and it could be cancer causing, among other nasty things, has payoffs. What the most important payoff is for you might be different for someone else who's given up the habit, but it needs to be clear in your mind, body, spirit. You might give it up so that your body feels healthier generally, or so that your children and those around you aren't exposed to the smoke and chemicals, so that you'll live longer, or all that money you're wasting could be used for something that's more in line with what you really want, like travel or a home, all of which, by the way, are real payoffs for which it's worth releasing. Okay, take your circumstance and consider what this release could bring in, what the payoff could be, what you're making space for. All right, and find the pleasure in that. See that payoff as here and now. Experience it, feel it. and draw it to you. Also, if you've been taking life too intensely, too seriously, the time has come to call in the pleasures of life, right? To seek lightheartedness. Focus on what would make you happy. Schedule in activities that you find pleasurable. And a big part of pleasure is letting go. Hand your stress over, give it to God. Hand your worries over and immerse yourself in something joyful. When we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether in the form of laughter or play or sensuality or the development of skills, we remain less than whole and we feel a wanting. Right? No fun actually makes us dull. And over time, then we're less effective in our emotional and our work lives if we don't experience regular doses of pleasure. All right. Our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasure in forming the healthy body, mind, spirit. There were even gods and goddesses dedicated to happiness and pleasures of life, like the Egyptian goddess Hathor. The temples of Hathor were joyful places full of songs and beauty, and there are even small temples placed in her honor outside other major deities' temples so that the people could be in a happy, contented mental mood before entering to worship. Just something to think about. The Egyptians clearly believed that having a positive or relaxed state of mind assisted in having a positive spiritual connection. Thank you guys one more time for liking, sharing, commenting. Let's get a couple of these. This is a new deck I got, the Witch Tools. See what tools you might use to bring in this new year for my fire signs. What tools do my fire signs? We got the Creativity Elixir, spark your imagination, unleash your artistic spirit. So you may want to create a creativity elixir. We've got the Harmony Drought, balance your energies, find peace within and without. And then we've got the Inspiration Potion, ignite your passions and let your dreams guide your path. And the Scrying Mirror, gaze into the unknown, let your intuition guide you. You don't know what might just be around the corner. I hope you guys have a magnificent new year. Set your positive intentions and watch your creativity bloom. Love you guys.